Hi everybody, this is Lara with a quick free update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP for you. A little bit more of a focus on Bitcoin because I've got a little new thing here for you today. I am still expecting that the low of the 11th of September for Bitcoin is very likely to remain intact for the long term. A high above 28,145 has broken the series of lower highs and lower lows, so that tells us there's likely to have been a trend change, and also this red channel upper edge, lower edge contains this deep pullback. That's been very well breached by at least two green candlesticks above and not touching that trend line, meeting my very conservative definition of a channel breach, so further confidence in a trend change back down here. After breaking through resistance here, a back test of support and now some sideways movement, price continues to find support as expected at 27,400. I'm identifying today a little pennant pattern may be forming here. It's not perfect, there's a tiny little overshoot of the lower trend line, but I'm drawing it across the lows of these two candlesticks here, and here's the upper edge of the pennant. Pennants and flags are reliable continuation patterns, and we calculate a target using the measured rule from the length of the flagpole and add that to the breakout point, which I judge to be about 27,940. So the flagpole's from this low to this high, add that distance to the breakout point, we calculate a target 3528. I've got two targets now in play here for this upward movement, and along the way up I will expect it's quite likely again for price to find some resistance just below 29,000. We may see another little pullback if it gets back up there. Although this could have been it actually, so let's see how price behaves when it next gets up to just below 29,000. If it can close comfortably above that price point, that resistance area with push from volume, that would be really bullish. If that happens, expect a little pullback to test support about that same area before price moves up and away. On the way up, the target from the head and shoulders pattern, 29,750, and the target now from the pennant, 30,528, and I see some reasonable resistance just above at 31,000. So either of these three areas could be the next areas to provide resistance for the next consolidation or pullback. Price doesn't move in a straight line. You're going to have to expect consolidations and pullbacks along the way. So my focus today for Bitcoin is this little pennant pattern, a reliable continuation pattern. It tells us to expect it's most likely we're going to see an upward breakout. When that happens, it should have push from volume for us to have confidence in that breakout. Price is moving sideways in the pennant with overall declining volume. ADX tells us there's still an upward trend with a very long way to go before it can get as extreme as it gets for this market when it has a bullish run. I've added this little support line to on balance volume. There's a weak bearish signal here, so this contradicts the pennant pattern and says we might see a downward breakout from that pattern, but I'm not going to give as much weight to this as I will to the pennant pattern on the price chart, because this support line, this purple line here that's been broken by on balance volume, although it's got 4 tests, it's got quite a reasonable slope, nearly 45 degrees, so that reduces the technical significance of the line. But I will acknowledge that there is here a weak bearish signal from on balance volume. With ADX indicating an upward trend, I use money flow and RSI, not stochastics, so they're both neutral. There's a long way to go before they reach as extreme as they can get when this market has a bullish run. Money flow here, not extreme. The best performing flag and pennant patterns complete within 15 sessions, so we could see sideways movement. We might need to readjust the trend lines for the pennant pattern, and we may need to, if the lines adjust, then we may need to adjust the target calculation. It'll be about this area though. So I'll be watching this one carefully over the next few days to see how it forms, and I'll be looking for an upward breakout as most likely. I've been showing you recently how accurate our gold and euro analysis is. Let's step back to the 25th of August, quite a way back, where not only have we been expecting these downward movements for gold, but we've been pretty good with analysing the bounces and telling you when they're most likely to be over. So this is a summary of what our members received on Friday 25th of August, quite a while ago now. We expected a bounce. That's exactly what price did. We said no, it's not quite over yet on the 29th. On the 30th, almost over. On the 31st, yep, now we think it's over. And now we think it's likely for price to move lower. And that's exactly what it did. We're doing it again. This is yesterday's chart, daily chart. I've just removed the targets because that's for our membership. They're paying me for this analysis, so I can't give this away for free on this channel, but I do want to show you that We know gold is moving up today. This is exactly what we expected. Now, invalidation point not too far away, so we're expecting a little fourth wave bounce. We're still expecting a third wave as incomplete for gold. So if you're struggling with what's happening with gold at the moment, you probably would benefit from our analysis, and it's probably going to pay for itself within a couple of days, if not a week. It's been really accurate for quite a long time now. This is my daily Elliott Wave count for Ethereum, and I note a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern may be completing for Friday the 6th of October. That's really good to see. This trend channel, here's the upper edge containing all of this deep pullback, which I've labelled a zigzag for minor wave 2, and now minor wave 3 in an early stage with minute 1 and 2, and minuet 1 and 2. Minuet 1 broke through resistance at the upper edge of the channel, and now minuet 2 is a pullback testing support, and the bullish engulfing candlestick pattern today on Friday suggests quite strongly that that pullback finding support just above that trend line is most likely to be over. Technicals today for Ethereum, here's that bullish engulfing candlestick pattern. I can't make a judgment on volume until the session is over. I'm recording this just after 3:30 in the afternoon, so there's still a little ways to go, although so far volume is quite weak for the session. It looks like price might be breaking above resistance again at 1650, so that area is going to again turn into support, although each time it's broken repeatedly, its technical significance is weakened. Next resistance above 1716. At the low here for 11th of September, I have reasonable confidence that Ethereum will not see lower lows below 1531.48 for several years. I expect 11th of September to be intact for years to come. So if that's correct, then Ethereum is in the very, very early stages of a next huge bullish run, and my Elliott Wave count for Ethereum is extremely bullish. Volume still declining as price moves lower, and now for Friday as price moves higher, but again we can't draw a final conclusion because the session is incomplete. ADX for Ethereum still declining. We need to see the ADX line decline further and then start to rise up before it indicates a trend. I'll be keeping an eye on this one next week quite carefully for Ethereum. The Elliott Wave count for XRP is also very bullish. It sees a third wave at multiple degrees in a very early stage. XRP having a little inside day today, so there's just really not much to say about this that I haven't said yesterday. I do still have quite a lot of confidence in the 17th of August 2023, that low remaining intact for years to come for XRP. This channel contains this downward movement. It's very well breached by sideways slow upward movement. These cryptos can be quite slow off their lows, so this is absolutely normal behavior for these markets. It's finding pretty strong resistance at 55 cents. If it gets lower, expect support at 0.4875. Price is moving sideways now with declining volume. ADX tells us it's in an upward trend, which is a very long way to go before it reaches extreme. RSI is neutral, a long way to go before it reaches is deeply overbought and then exhibits multiple bearish divergence, which would be normal to see before the end of a bullish run. So this is a bullish run in a really early stage. Likewise, money flow is neutral. There's a long way to go before this gets as extreme as it can. That's it from me today with your extra analysis. I hope everyone's looking forward to an awesome weekend. I'll be flying back from Barbados to Panama City for a week tomorrow, and then I'll be there for a week, and then we're going to Dominican Republic for a month, so a little bit of moving around. I'm hoping that while we're in DR, the electricity and internet supply is not going to be a problem, but if I don't make an update for you, it could be because I don't have an internet connection or there's no electricity and I'm scrambling to go and find something. So I don't know how reliable it's going to be. I know that Panama can be a bit unreliable. I expect DR may also suffer from some unreliability, especially the more slightly isolated places we tend to go when we hunt for surf. So for the next month or so, could be a little bit of an interruption, but I will do my best to not let this be interrupted. Thank you all for your patience, and thank you if you managed to watch to the end. I really appreciate your engagement, and I'm still really enjoying these daily updates, and I hope it's helping you stay focused and calm on what these markets are up to.